how's everybody doing? This is Coach Terrence Wood with Before You Go Pro, and I'm excited today because we are starting a new installment called the BYGP Coaches Minute. And this is a segment that we're going to do every single week, and we're going to bring you guys some good content as aspiring players and parents of aspiring players that want to get to the college level. So what we have today is something that we call the talent pyramid. And I know that we all think we're talented. I thought I was the hottest thing since sliced bread when I was a young football player. But there's actually layers to how talented somebody can be. And if you don't already know, a lot of times coaches will go by this to judge on whether or not they want to take somebody on their team, whether or not they want to kick somebody out their program. So this is something that's very important for young players to be aware of. So with the talent pyramid, the first spot we're going to start is right here at the top. That's the cream of the crop. It's only 2% for a reason, and those are the kids that we call elite talent. These are the kids that have the perfect measurables, they have the perfect size, and they have the skill level that is just above and beyond anybody that they're playing against, whether it's at the little league level, high school, junior college, or even at the pro level. For today's speaking purposes, we're going to use pro athletes so you guys can kind of affiliate with the type of talent they have. For the elite talent, we're going to take a look at Megatron. That's Calvin Johnson from the Detroit Lions. He has a nickname called Megatron for a reason. It's because basically the guy can do whatever you want him to do. He's an exceptional wide receiver. He's 6'4", 4.3 in the 40. You know, he's going to either run by you or he's going to out physical you for the ball. And either way, it's not going to be good for the DB. But once again, only 2% are Calvin Johnsons or Peyton Mannings. So you got to keep that in mind. If there's ever a player that might be able to get away with a little something off the field or may need some academic help and the school helps him out, it's this kid because he's elite. We can't do without him. The next spot is great talent. And right here you see only 8% of the kids who play football have great talent. Now I know you guys might be saying, hey, I'm great, but Steve Smith is a perfect example. He's somebody that is a perennial All-Pro. He's a Pro Bowler in the NFL, but he has been overlooked before because he didn't have the measurables of a Calvin Johnson. But the cool thing about a lot of people who have great talent is usually they're your lunch pail people. They're the people that are a little bit harder working because they have desire to be elite, but they know they got to work a little harder for it. And Steve Smith from the Baltimore Ravens is a perfect example of somebody you do not want to line up against on Sundays, but he might not have the elite measurables and speed as somebody else. 30% is good talent. So a lot of you kids will fall into the 30% range as far as having good talent. And the guy in the NFL that we brought up for good talent is Alex Smith. He might not have the Peyton Manning measurables. He may not have the big Ben Roethlisberger arm or the Aaron Rodgers arm, but he's a good player. He's definitely serviceable. He's a hard worker. He always does what the coach wants him to do. And he's somebody that was the first round overall pick in the NFL draft at one time. So even though he wasn't great or elite, he still was number one overall. And that's where a lot of kids fall into right there. The last spot, and this is the majority, is a fringe player. And for those who don't know, moms, parents, dads, coaches, the fringe player is the kid who can be replaced. Every NFL team has about 5 to 6 fringe players on it. And they move around from team to team, or they either go to the practice squad, or if they do get on the field, they're playing a lot of special teams. Those are the fringe players. Those are the majority of the NFL, JC, college, and high school kids. Are the kids who are just kind of holding on. If you're one of these fringe players that you may start this game, you may not start the next game, you may be in good grace with the coach, you may not be. If you're one of those type of players, you have to play your cards right. All of these kids, all of these players should play their cards right on and off the field. But when you're in the 30 and 60% range, there is no room for error. You want to have your grades up. You want to have your ducks in order as far as what you need to get to college. You want to be in good grace with your coach. Yes, sir, no, sir, coach type of guy when you're in this range. So keep that in mind. This is something that all coaches go by when they have to make a decision on whether to bring a kid in or let a kid go. Charlie Strong let over 10 kids go this year at the University of Texas, and chances are they probably weren't elite. And even if they were elite, you want to play your cards right and do right by your coach. So check us out at www.beforeyougopro.com. We work with kids across the country on this type of thing on a daily basis. We want kids not only to get to college, but thrive in college, and that's what we're all about. We'll see you at the top.